Hello, scholars. It's John Tormey's Unit 0 review. The point of this review is give you enough history to get the context point on the AP exam. Also, please print out the key dates for Unit 0 document that's in the Neo Resources file in the Unit 0 file. Reason is you want to have that document with you as I go through this PowerPoint or through this video so that you can take notes. Also, top kids trying to get 4s and 5s on the AP exam should be reviewing every single PowerPoint and whatever in Neo units 1 through 6 if they really want to rock the AP exam. So they have as much history on their brain as possible. Another place to do it, say, is like you like Heimler's history videos. Watch those, the entirety of AP World History, units 1 through 6. There's many ways to do it, but the bottom line is to do it. Some of you might want to get an AP World History review book and read through that. And you could also annotate that book and then have it with you on test day. But regardless, you need this one-pager system. They're a little more than one page, though. And the reason is you need a quick thing. You can quickly go look at this document and get your context if you need to. You don't have time to do a lot of like flipping through pages on the AP test in 45 minutes. So the idea of this document is to help you with that. So you have this. It's exam day, and let's say you get a prompt on China, and the earliest that prompt could be is Song Dynasty in 1200 right here. So then you pull out this document and go, I'm in 1200, Song Dynasty. What do? I look back in time. And what can I see about China or East Asia that might help me answer the question? So let's go into a quick review of China. First of all, China's got agriculture, as does almost everyone. Way back in the day with the Shang Dynasty, they have these ancient dynasties and cities, starting the Shang and Zhao. They have emperors always, and they're always starting with the Zhao using the mandate of heaven. 500 BC, you got Confucius comes along. Study Confucianism. He's very important for the culture of China all the way to today. The idea of respecting your elders, respecting your emperor, and then also wise leadership. The idea of high patriarchy, the idea of filial piety, respecting your parents, is all really important all the way through China's history, starting with Confucius. Taoism is less important, so I'm actually going to skip over that, but you should know about it. Qin Dynasty, not that important. Han Dynasty is important because they're the ones that adopt Confucianism in the government, the civil service exam system, where the people are getting the Confucian education, and then they're taking a test, the civil service exam, and there's a selection of officials based on merit. So this is a special thing that China has. And it's part of every flippin' dynasty all the way through. Other than the Mongol dynasty, the Yuan doesn't really use civil service exam. Sorry. There's probably going to be a lot of these moments in these videos where I'm fumbling through my technology. So, from Han Dynasty forward, Confucianism's huge. Buddhism arrives on the Silk Road in 100 CE and slowly gets to be part of China's culture. It's brought by merchants and missionaries. We'll talk about the Silk Road separately later. Then going into the Song Dynasty, you have the Sui and Tang. The Sui has the Grand Canal, and so that helps unify China, and that carries in all the way to the Song. The Sui and Tang, what else did they do? It's good. They bring the champa rice. That happens during the Song. Anyway, it's more of the same thing. Sui and Tang have Confucianism, but they also have a lot of Buddhism until the Tang backlash. I don't know. Let's move forward. Japan, big period of borrowing. 600 to 800. So this is before 1200, but this is when Japan tries to have an emperor, borrow the emperor. They borrow Confucianism. They borrow Buddhism. They borrow a lot of art and all kinds of crap. So then, from then on, Japan is kind of China-like, right? But by 1100, the emperor is just a figurehead, and from 1100 to 1868, Japan is feudal, which means they have decentralized power with the daimyo or the local lords, and then they have their samurai fighting for them and whatnot. And so that's part of Japan's history. They gotta live with it. All right, let's move on. South Asia. They have an ancient civilization in this river valley. Hinduism is a part of India all the way from then to now. 1500 BC is the origins. As you know, the Hinduism supports the caste system because Hindus believe in karma and reincarnation. And so your karma this life will affect your reincarnation and where you are in the caste system after on your next life. So you're kind of trapped and it's a very rigid and localized system in India that influences India by 500 BC, long before any prompt. You're going to get the caste system is in place and really kind of has a huge impact on India's social order. You should review the caste system if you're going for a 4 or 5 on the AP test. Next. And also another part of Hinduism is they have this universal concept by 500 BC called Brahman. Everything's a part of it. But they also have all their sub-gods that they believe in. Review Buddhism, again, if you're doing a 4 or 5 on the AP test. Hinduism. Moving on to Buddhism. 500 BC is Buddha, and you know about him. And in India, they have 2 branches, Theravada and Mahayana. Theravada is the philosophical branch. Mahayana is the more religious branch with something called bodhisattvas and spiritual people that come back and help everyone and all kinds of stuff like that. And Mahayana is the branch that goes to China, but it's Mahayana in India before it goes. Oh, we're having fun now. All right. Slowly dying. You know what? I hate my iPad. I do. All right. I'm going to try to edit that section out. Hopefully you enjoyed the break. So Buddhism has 2 branches, and then you have these early empires in India. I don't think you really need to know them. Southeast Asia has a place called Trivijaya. We'll talk about that later with trade